All right, so now we got to get to the negative stuff. And really, the entire second half of this football game was negative. Football's a 4-quarter game. You guys know that. LSU knows that. Brian Kelly knows that. But it didn't look like they knew that because I don't know what happened in that locker room. Coach Kelly said that the team, I guess, thought they were Georgia, the 2-time defending national champions. I guess so, because they came out with a 3-point lead in the second half and just disappeared. I'm talking about a 31-0 run for Florida State. That is something you do not see unless you're playing a cupcake team and you come out and score the first 31 points of the game. To get outscored 31-0 in one half of football is embarrassing. Florida State scored on every single one of their drives in the second half, man. It was just, oh, man. Like, you think about a boxing match. That's like putting up a good fight in the first 4 rounds, and then you just get bruised and battered in 5, 6, and 7, and you just get taken out with a knockout punch. The knockout punch was Jaheim Bell. Tight end, wide receiver, tandem type guy for Florida State. He scored the last 2 touchdowns for this team. Long passing play, and then the last touchdown Florida State scored, really just an encapsulation of the game. I wish I could show you the clip. We're not allowed to due to SEC footage violations or whatever. Zy Alexander just got blown up as Bell walked his way into the end zone. Like, get out of my way, dude. I'm getting to the end zone. I'm scoring. He did that. Alexander went flying. That right there, if you didn't watch this game, which I know you guys did, but if you didn't watch the game, I'll show you that 6-second clip and say, you don't need to spend 3-4 hours of your time. This is how the game went. So, really rough way to end it there because in the first half, LSU played well, but again, I just don't know what happened in the second half. Florida State came out down 17-14, field goal, touchdown, 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 touchdown. LSU, nothing. Quiet. So, getting a little bit more into the specifics, they got bullied just in different aspects of the game, and individuals got bullied too. How about Keon Coleman, the Opelousas native? There were times where that ball was up for grabs. It was 50-50. You know, almost like in a baseball game when somebody hits a home run, nobody's sitting in the particular seat, the ball lands, the ball's on the ground. It's you or the other dude or woman fighting for that baseball to take home as a souvenir. And Coleman got that souvenir more often than not. And in big moments, too. Jump balls, Keon Coleman got the football. He made it his mission to get the football, and he did that. He burned Major Burns one-on-one. Deuce Chestnut one-on-one. You know, I saw a clip on X before the play where Keon Coleman caught I think it was his 40-yard or 41-yard touchdown catch. He had 3 touchdowns, man. It's hard to keep track. It was like, hey, Jordan, right here. I got a safety on me. Major Burns here. I can burn this dude. Give me the football. No pun intended, by the way. And what happened? Fade route, one-on-one. Burns, pretty good coverage. But Coleman comes down with the football because he wanted it more. He's a big body. Don't get me wrong. He's like 6'4", 200. Has the height advantage on Burns, had the height advantage on pretty much everybody on LSU secondary. And he came down with the football. Again, Burns in right place, good positioning, did everything well, just did not get his hand on the football. And Coleman scores. And that happened against Deuce Chestnut too. Chestnut's like 5'11", 200. This is what he struggled with at Syracuse when he played there. He just too small. Doesn't have long enough arms to bat the ball down or the strength to get receivers off of him. So that was rough. And, you know, this is all stuff I prepared you guys for. This is why you watch Game Time, because I'm telling you what's going to happen in the game. This is what happened. I told you FSU wants to attack LSU secondary. They did it last year, had 2 long one-on-one touchdown throws. Same thing happened this year, except it was, I guess you could argue, 3. So Keon Coleman was just a thorn in the side of LSU all game. And then in the trenches, Florida State just dominated. 9 of 14 on third downs. Some of those were passing situations, in which case, yeah, the pass protection held up. And another situation, it was, hey, we need 2 or 3 yards. We're going to run the football right down your throat and get that first down. And they did that. No sacks for LSU in this game. 4 TFLs, so good at times against the run. 0 sacks. And what did I tell you a couple episodes ago? LSU lost every single football game last year when they had 0 sacks. What happened in this game? Already told you, 0 sacks. And what happened? Then the offensive line was subpar. They allowed 4 sacks, 5 TFLs, short yardage situations, couldn't pick them up. Pass protection was shaky all day. Daniels was kind of insecure in the pocket. And that was a little unexpected because he had 5 starters coming back, and Florida State's defensive line is great. Don't get me wrong, experienced Jared Verse is going to be a first-round pick this upcoming draft. But you should be able to handle that matchup. They handled it last year in the SEC with pretty much the same starting 5. So just a clear advantage there in the trenches. And then the last point I have is that the linebackers were nowhere to be found for LSU. Specifically, I know a lot of you have been talking about this on social media. Harold Perkins was like this. Ghost. He wasn't even in the game. Like, I don't know what the game plan was with this dude. 7 pass rush snaps. 7. Like, for a guy that had 4 sacks in 1 football game last year. What are we doing? Like, I understand he was a situational defender last year and he's transitioning into a middle linebacker role this year, but he is the fastest defender you have, the most disruptive defender you have. What are you doing dropping him in coverage, bro? Like, he had 28 coverage snaps, according to Pro Football Focus. Single game high. 23 run defense snaps, and he was good against the run. Like, the same stuff he uses to get sacks, he uses to stop the run. Quickness, elusiveness, strength. They didn't use him the correct way. And on the downs where he did spy the quarterback, this is on Harold Perkins himself. He's going up to the line, engaging with the offensive lineman, and just getting tossed because he's a 200-somewhat-pound linebacker against a 350-pound offensive lineman. And he just got thrown. So, you know, you get out coached, you don't scheme the right way, and then Perkins himself just did not execute, in my opinion. So all of those things together, working at the same time, led to this embarrassing second half. A second half in which Florida State just bullied the Tigers. It was JV against varsity in the trenches, in the secondary, and then with specific things, you literally just got out-schemed. So that was tough to watch. First half, thought, you know, this is going to be the game of the year. 17-14, back and forth, big plays, really, setting the tempo and telling the tale of the game. And then the second half happened. Not good, obviously. 31-0 Florida State outscores LSU in that half, and that was the difference in the game.